All right, away we go. It is the nightcap. Brought to you by Galactic Fried Chicken right here on BearcatJournal.com. Make sure you visit www.galacticfriedchicken.com. Download the app for Android, iPhone, everything Galactic. Get yourself down there tomorrow, Sunday, or today, depending on when you're listening. Maybe get you some tendies, some fried chicken, some chicken dippers, some great sides. Get you some Galactic sauce and have yourself a Sunday. They are open Wednesday through Sunday, lunch and dinner. Dayton, Kentucky. Stop in, tell them to pump it up, and save yourself 15%. Or go to the app, have it brought to your house, and delivery pretty much anywhere inside the 275 loop. Aaron, does this look all right? Can I do this for tonight?
I don't.
Because for whatever reason,
I'm half awake.
My office is 1,000 degrees right now. And turning those lights on, I thought I was going to melt.
Well, I just want you to know I think I'm using Galactic sauce as my binder.
Ooh.
On the pork shoulder.
That would be, I bet that would be awesome. Like people recommend mustard as the binder.
Right. And using the hot honey.
The hot honey?
Yeah, the hot honey.
I would mix. Like if you have both, the hot honey and the honey hog.
I have both.
Actually, what I would do more than anything, use the hot honey on the pork, and when you pull it, sprinkle with the honey hog.
Yeah, that sounds good.
Because I always, once I pull, I put extra rub.
Yeah.
Because those juices, it just kind of absorbs. Also, great success on the cheese coney sliders today. They vanished in like 25 minutes.
I didn't get any.
Brent, it was funny. Like it took 20. I made 24 of them. I made the big tray of King's Hawaiian rolls. They ate 23 of them and left one. Like everybody felt bad about taking the last one. And Brent was like, "Ooh, last one." But they were awesome.
I would have done the same thing.
Yeah, I'm not blaming him. They were awesome. That's gonna have to be a thing. Like, I'm gonna have to put the recipe somewhere on Bearcat Journal for people to make that for tailgates, because it is fantastic.
Yeah, why isn't there like a tailgate recipe thread?
There probably should be a tailgate recipe thread.
Yeah,
somebody start that on the banks.
I agree.
Tailgate recipe thread. All right, Bearcats win 20-10. Honestly, they dominated that game, start to finish. Navy was able to do just enough to burn clock and limit possessions, but Navy was really never a threat in that game. Would you disagree? You're making weird facial expressions at me. You think Navy was a threat in that game?
I think that there was a point in time where you thought that something might happen. Sure.
What point in time was that?
I don't know, when we had a chance to step on their throat at the end of the first half, and instead of doing so, we decided to inexplicably not, I don't know, take the timeout, not go for it. 32 seconds left, 2 timeouts, 3 timeouts on the board before you take the 1 timeout.
But what does that have to do with Navy having a chance to win the game?
Because I felt like momentum shifted the other way. If Navy gets that stop and nothing happens, then I didn't feel good going into the half.
Okay, but that doesn't mean Navy had a chance to win the game. That means that emotionally you were upset with what happened, but that doesn't. Navy was down 20-3 at that point, right?
At the end of the first half,
or 13-3.
13-3. That's still only 10 points
for Navy. That's a lot of points.
Yeah, well, then they started, and then they started airing the ball out for like 2 passes.
Did you drink on the way back to Athens?
I wish.
They completed 2 passes.
Yeah, they aired the ball out for 2 passes. It's like 4 times what they've done all season.
You drive me fucking nuts sometimes.
Blessing and a curse.
Let's get to Aaron's keys. This is where we review our keys to hold each other accountable. I'm going to give you this one. You probably don't want me to, but I'm going to give you this one.
I don't. I mean, I think I have to take it. And I think it's only because they were able to convert on fourth downs. Because otherwise, their third down percentage stunk.
Yeah, but they stayed out of third down for the most part.
Well, I mean, I don't know. I think they were 3 of 11.
Yeah, but they did not have a 3 and out the entire day until the last drive, where it was just run 3 plays and punt to run off.
But I don't know
2 minutes of this game.
I don't know of those 2 fourth downs that they wouldn't have been 3 and outs if they hadn't gone for it on fourth down. I don't know what that stat is, but
okay. They had a 5-play 46-yard drive that had resulted in a field goal. 14 for 60, 12 for 87, 5 for 10 right before the half, 8 for 98. And then
I think I have to take this one, but
yeah, I mean they did not. There were not 3 and outs. There were not, and even with the running game not really clicking again. They were able to escape some behind the chains down and distance.
Yeah,
third down wasn't great, and I'm sure we'll get into that a lot more on Monday on the BVP. But they moved the ball.
So that was my first one. Number 2, pass the ball better, then catch the ball better.
Your 1 out of 2 ain't bad.
25-35.
Aaron, don't do this. Don't make me clown you for saying 25 of 35 is bad.
I'm not saying it's bad. I'm saying it's good.
Yeah. Pass the ball better was good. Catch the ball better. They had 5 drops again.
Okay.
He probably should have been 30 for 35.
Well,
they passed the ball better. They are still struggling with the catch the ball.
When you said 1 out of 2, I thought you meant 1 out of 2 of my points.
Yeah, pass the ball better. They passed the ball better.
Well, I thought you meant
catch the ball better. They didn't catch.
I thought you meant we're on number 2 and you didn't get this one. And I was going to say no.
I got you. No, I'm talking 1 out of 2. Okay. You made 2 points.
Correct.
One of them they did. The other one, they've got to clean this up catching the football.
I think this is just who we are right now. I don't know that there's cleaning it up the same way.
The wide receivers are too good to have this many drops.
I don't know that there's cleaning this up. I don't know that there's cleaning up red zone to where you're scoring actual touchdowns. And I don't know that there's cleaning up third down. At this point, I think this is just who we are.
Dave and I talked about that on Wednesday.
I know. I think that
we're 9 games in. They are who we thought they were.
Even that was a hard pill to swallow. And I was like, oh, I guess that is reality. And I don't see them cleaning this up anytime soon. Maybe you clean it up for a bowl game because you have weeks to prepare, but we'll see. Defend the edges.
They were better. They weren't great, but they were better.
And I mean, there were definitely some key stops where Navy could have capitalized. I didn't see.
I think there was a third and
there were a couple
12. There was a third and really long that they got on a play to the edge that was what are we doing?
But there was nothing that really broke their back on the edges, and it wasn't like something that was continuously gouged again and again and again.
Well, the pass, one pass was up the seam, one pass was a post. Both were pretty good coverage, but that backup quarterback made 2 really good. The third string quarterback made 2 really good throws. And then the starting quarterback early had that drop back panic. Then he cut up the middle and had a long run. But I don't think they got really – when they run 53 times, there's going to be a play or 2 where they get 8 yards on the
That's
edge.
What I'm saying. I think
I'm giving you this one.
I was going to say, I think all in all, they defended the edge, and I think that it was that much was cleaned up since last week.
So essentially, you made 4 points because your one was 2, and you got 3 out of 4, so 75%.
I'll take it.
If the Bearcats could go 75% on third down,
they'd actually blow a team out.
I'd feel a lot better about where things are headed down this.
They'd actually blow a team
3
out.
games. All right, here's mine. Down the dive. I'm not giving myself this one. Because I think the main reason that Navy was successful on third down is because Cincinnati wasn't successful enough on first. On those drives, or at any point outside of, I think, one where Navy had to deal with 2nd and 9 or more, Cincinnati got the stop and got off the field. When it was 2nd and 6 and then 3rd and 3 and then first down, 2nd and 5, 3rd and 2, first down. Like, that's exactly what, like, it's I'm not breaking any ground here. That's defending the option. You have to put them behind the sticks on first down. When they did it, they were successful. When they didn't do it, Navy chewed them up and gained a good deal. Like, they didn't eat up yards in massive chunks, but they were able to burn the clock because they had success on the dive, first down. 2, battle the elements, didn't matter.
Were you surprised? I was surprised.
No, because if you watch the radar...
I didn't watch the radar. I was going solely based off of how things were pregame. Like,
so
when I met up with you and Brent.
So if you watch the radar, even from this morning showing the future models, for whatever reason, right as it got to that Indiana-Ohio state line, it just evaporated. So the rain wasn't coming. And the wind was a problem pregame, but as the afternoon went on, when that front passed and there wasn't any rain with it, then the wind died down. And because of the bowl, I'm guessing, there's not a lot of sustained winds inside that bowl. The way that, like, you saw at SMU, like, the winds were sustained at SMU at 20 miles an hour. There were gusts. There were times when it was gusty, but it was never like holy shit, this is a major factor.
Sure.
So I'll give myself an L there because
I think it's NA.
Yeah, but I mean, yesterday or I'll give myself an NA. You're right, because that was Thursday. If I'd have said that last night and then it played out like it did today, I'd give myself the loss. Weather people don't know what's supposed to happen the day of. So if I got something wrong 48 hours out, I'm not pinning that on me. You're right.
Just like with the Bearcats, if the weathermen hit 75% of the time, we'd all be happy.
Start fast. I'm tempted to give myself an L here, but they didn't start slow.
I think you get a half point, and only because it was a field goal, and only because the defense also
2 field goals.
Well, sure, and defense got stops. But if you score a touchdown on either one of those drives, I think you would go from a half point, because then you're 10-0 instead of 6-0, wondering if this
touchdown at that point.
If this team is ever going to figure out how to score a touchdown within the 35-yard line.
They figured it out. You got to be outside the red zone. You got to score from the 25 to 35-yard range. Hey, thank God Tyler Scott's back. And back like being Tyler Scott.
Yeah.
Because, look, this offense is an entirely different animal when that dude is in position
and clicking
to make big plays.
Mm-hmm.
Like, legit. He's so good. He's so good. And he's so even keel and calm. And I love that. Like, everybody knows. I love that kid. He's one of my favorites. Absolutely one of my favorites. A couple other Bearcat-related things around college football tonight.
Brian Kelly.
Notre Dame beat the shit out of Clemson.
He did.
Good job, Marcus. Like, I want that guy to succeed so bad. He's such a good dude. He was so good to us. He was so open and like...
We also don't want to lose Luke to Notre Dame.
I don't know. I mean, whatever. I'm happy for Marcus because I respect the shit out of that dude. Like, I'm happy to see him shake off a rough start, because if he doesn't get something like that in year one, that place can turn on you. And he didn't have a great start. And now they're kind of clicking. So I'm super happy for Marcus. And forget Brian Kelly. Mike Denbrock's my guy. I'm super happy for him that they knocked Bama's pretty much out. Like a 2-loss team has never made the playoff.
Not so fast, my friend. Just wait until tomorrow when Alabama's sitting there at number 6 and you're wondering
Tuesday.
what the hell. Whatever.
Tuesday.
Who cares? I don't tune into the show, but my point is they'll somehow be sneaking.
It's never happened. So if it does happen, whatever, it
hanging
happened.
around at number 6.
But I mean, awesome for Mike. I love Mike. You guys know. Look, in terms of football access, getting that like signing day pod that we used to do that started with Denbrock and Freeman, we would get those two dudes every signing day. They would sit down, they would break down every player. Like, we built something there with those guys. They'd pop in on the podcasts. Like, those two guys were great to us. And they were pretty freaking successful at their jobs while they were at UC. So I'm elated for those dudes. And Mike Mickens and Chad Bowden and Notre Dame special teams are a force this year. And that is the least surprising thing ever.
Weird.
Brian Mason's a genius. Like, he's an elite special teams coach. I miss that guy too. I love that guy. But I'm happy for all the guys that I've worked with in the past that had some success today. Big success today in a night window. That night window tonight had a lot to do with shaping what the college football playoff is going to look like. And guys that have major connections to UC were a big part of it. So very cool.
Well, and your boys at USC, they kick off.
No, they're
already on. Yeah.
Yeah, I actually was watching.
They're up 13-7. I mean, it's Cal, but
I was watching the end of Dusty Baker finally getting his World Series.
Fuck the Astros.
But good for Dusty. 25 years. That guy's been through a lot as a manager. I'm happy he got his ring. That's going to wrap it up. We'll see you tomorrow night for everybody's favorite, the AAC recap.
Can't wait.
Tomorrow. Hold on, come back.
140 points. We'll get into it tomorrow. I have to go make meat. I have to go make meat.
We'll see you tomorrow. It's the Nightcap, brought to you by Galactic Fried Chicken, right here on BearcatJarno.com.
See ya.